Jaya Jaya Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jai Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda.
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda
Jaya Jaya Sri Chaitanya Jaya Nityananda.
Jaya Dvaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta Vrinda
Jaya Advaita Chandra Jaya Gaura Bhakta
Sri
Vrinda.
Chaitanya Charitamrita ki jai
Jai
Srila Krishnadas Kaviraj Goswami ki jai
Jai
Srila Prabhupada ki jai
Jai
Samaveta Gaur Bhakta Vrinda ki jai
Jai.
Om Ajnanatimirandhasya Jnananjana Salakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Sri
Sri
Gurave
Gurave
Namaha
Namaha.
Sri Chaitanya Manobhishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupaha Kada Mahyam Dadati Swapadantikam Vandeham Sri Guru Sri Yuta Padakamalam Sri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Sri Rupam Sagra Jatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitamscha Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swaminiti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivasadi Gaur Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Ram 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 Hare 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 Krishna, dear devotees.
Hare Krishna
Welcome.
Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Please accept my humble obeisances, Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All of you welcome to today's Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita reading. We are reading from Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita, Madhya Leela, chapter 7, Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's tour of South India. In this, we read in the last session that Mahaprabhu started going after bidding farewell to all the devotees, embracing them. He left, followed by this Krishnadas devotee who's carrying his clothes, and Mahaprabhu is walking like a mad lion. And also, at first, we read that he was feeling great separation from the devotees. His heart was pained being separated from the devotees, but he didn't turn back. He just kept walking away. And then also we read how he would chant Krishna, 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 Hey, Krishna, 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 Hey, like that. Mahaprabhu is chanting that whole mantra. And then anyone he would meet on the way, he would tell them, please chant Hari. And then they would also start chanting Hari. And they couldn't, after seeing Mahaprabhu, and he's dancing in ecstasy, and he's telling them to chant. They are so enchanted by the Lord's beauty, by his love, that they would just drop wherever they were going. They would just follow Mahaprabhu. Everybody, like whoever Mahaprabhu met, he would tell them to chant. They would start chanting, and they would follow him. Then finally, after some moments, after some time walking with Mahaprabhu, Mahaprabhu would embrace that person, and in that embrace, he would invest his bhakti shakti into that person's heart, and then he would tell that person to now go back and preach this message, spread this message around, like this. That's what we read, I think.
Krishnagada Prabhu taught that Krishna, Krishna, Krishna hai.
Yes, Mataji. This
Morning
is what
we used to sing.
Yeah, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu sang that when he went on the South India tour. He would sing that. So, so they would follow him. After some time, the Lord would embrace these people and bid them to return home. having invested each of them with spiritual potency. So in the last class, we discussed about this bhakti shakti that the Lord invests in the heart, or even, the devotee, right? The devotee, it comes through the devotee. So we discussed that in the last class. Now let's continue. Text 100. Sei jana nijagrame koriya gamana, Krishna boli hase kande nache anukshana. This person whom Mahaprabhu embraced and in whose heart Mahaprabhu invested this bhakti shakti, this potency, what would be the condition of this person? Sei jana nija grame koryagaman. So on the order of Mahaprabhu, he would now start walking away to his own village. Nija grame koryagamana. Started walking to his village. Krishna boli. And while going, he's chanting Krishna, Krishna. And while chanting Krishna, hase, kande, nache, anukshana. He's laughing, he's crying, he's dancing at every moment. And he's walking away like this, going to his particular village. Each of these empowered persons would return to his own village, always chanting the holy name of Krishna and sometimes laughing, crying, and dancing. Jare dekhe tare kohe, koho Krishna naam. Ei mata Vaishnava koilo saba nija gram. So, jare dekhe tare kohe. Whoever they would meet on the way they're walking back, whoever they would see, they would tell that person, Kaho Krishna naam. Chant Krishna's name, chant Krishna's name. He himself is chanting and he's experiencing so much ecstasy that he's laughing, he's crying, he's dancing. And if we would meet anyone, he would tell that person, chant Krishna's names, Kaho Krishna naam. Ei matam Vaishnava koilo saba nijagram. And all these persons whom Mahaprabhu embraced and invested his bhakti potency in their hearts, each person went to his particular village and did what? Saba Nijagram, their own village, all members of that village, they turned them into pure devotees. He made everyone a Vaishnava in his village. Each person would go to his village and turn the entire village into Vaishnavas. Jare dekhe tare kohe kaho Krishna naam ei mata. In this way, Vaishnava koilo, they turned into Vaishnavas. Saba Nijagram, their entire village was turned into Vaishnavas. Such an empowered person would request everyone and anyone, whomever he saw, to chant the holy name of Krishna. In this way, all the villagers would also become devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. In order to become an empowered preacher, one must be favored by Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or his devotee, the spiritual master. One must also request everyone to chant the Maha Mantra. In this way, such a person can convert others to Vaishnavism, showing them how to become pure devotees of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So, important principle here, how can one be an empowered preacher? For you to pass on that pure bhakti, you must have that pure bhakti in the first place. If you don't have pure bhakti, you cannot give pure bhakti. If you are a mixed bhakta, at best, you can give mixed bhakti to another person. Then how you will get pure bhakti? You can get pure bhakti from another person who has pure bhakti, isn't it? So, either from, I told you, in the very beginning, when you meet a devotee and that person introduces you to Krishna consciousness, that is the first mercy. Without that mercy, there's no way of even entering into, the process of bhakti, getting any faith in bhakti. It's not possible. That faith, the beginning of that faith, you'll get when you get that mercy of one devotee. But that faith is still not drida shraddha. It is not full faith. It is not firm faith. It is komala shraddha. That faith is very tender. That means if you don't, just like a tender seed, tender plant, if you're not taking care of it properly, what will happen? Right? It can just be trampled by someone, it can be destroyed. So that faith is still very fragile. It is still very tender. It is komala shraddha. That has to become really strong and firm. So that will happen when you hear from the Shastras, from the mouths of pure devotees again and again and again, then all the doubts in the heart are removed. And then when you get Dhrida Shraddha, then you will get conviction that I have to do only pure devotional service. I don't have to do anything. Then when you start sadhana, right now you have entered into pure devotional service. When you begin your sadhana, when the Lord is pleased by your sadhana, He will give His mercy. Until you enter into pure sadhana, you cannot expect direct mercy of the Lord. The Lord's mercy will come through the mercy of the devotee only. But when you start performing pure devotional service yourself, then you will receive the mercy of the Lord. And by the Lord's mercy, everything is revealed to you. About Him, who is the Lord, what is His personality, what is His quality, these things will be revealed to us by the mercy of the Lord. And they can also be revealed by the mercy of a devotee. Actually, by the mercy of the Lord. By the mercy of a devotee means first you need the mercy of the devotee. Then by the Lord's mercy, you will get Guru. That Guru you will get by the mercy of the Lord. But understanding the Lord, the truth about the Lord, right? And experiencing the Lord, that's the main thing. Experiencing the Lord. It is one thing to know theoretically, to know laddu. Laddu is sweet. That's one thing. You will know that. But to actually taste and then know what a laddu is, that's different. That is experience. So, understanding the Lord through scriptures is one thing. And for that also you need faith. When you hear from Shastra, it doesn't mean as soon as you hear, you get faith in everything. You may get doubts. How you're saying this universe came from it sounds so fantastic, sounds like a fairy tale, that from the womb of the Lord, this whole universe is coming from a lotus. People can question this. Why? Because they didn't get faith in the words of the Shastra yet. So that faith also you will get by the mercy. Certainly, that is there. But when you get faith, it doesn't mean you're already experiencing. Getting faith means you accept wholeheartedly. Whatever is said in the Shastra is a fact. I don't have any doubts about this. I may not realize it. I may not see Lord Brahma coming from the navel, from the lotus of Garbhodakshaya Vishnu. I may not have that vision. I may not have that experience. But I have full faith in the words of Shastra. Because it is said in Shastra, this is said in Bhagavatam, this is a fact. So that faith, Dhrida Shraddha, is required for one to begin pure devotional service. But because you got Dhrida Shraddha, it is not necessary that you are already experiencing it. That experience will come by the mercy of the Lord, by the direct mercy of the Lord. And He will give the mercy after. So you need pre-qualification. After you cross a certain stage, right? When you enter into pure devotional service, when you start sadhana bhakti, now the Lord will come into play. Now He will directly, Tesham satata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam. Then it will happen. First, Tesham satata yuktanam we have to do. Bhajatam priti purvakam. Satata yuktanam. Always rendering pure devotional. You have to start. And before that, you're not getting any help from the Lord. You're getting, but not personally. He will give it through Shastra. He will give it through His devotees. It's coming. But personally, one-on-one, when He will interact, when He will start helping you, He will give His mercy after you come to the pure devotional service. When you start Shuddha Sadhana Bhakti, then He will give. So that is why here we read that by the Lord's mercy or by the mercy of the spiritual master. One more thing is, I said that sometimes you can even get this bhava, like it's not that by the Lord's mercy only you can get prema. Ultimately, prema, love you can get only by the Lord's mercy. But bhava you can also get by the mercy of a devotee. By the mercy of a devotee, you can get bhava. Like we have some examples in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. By Narad Muni's mercy, somebody got bhava bhakti. Like that, it is possible. Or by sadhana bhakti, you'll naturally, by crossing one stage after another, you come to bhava bhakti. That's one path. Or you can get bhava bhakti simply by the mercy of the spiritual master of the devotee. You can get like that also. So, first you have to enter. There's no skipping that. You have to get Dhrida Shraddha, and after Dhrida Shraddha, you have to start pure devotional service. That is required. After that, right, you can get Bhava Bhakti by Of course, this Drida Shraddha also you can get by the mercy of a pure devotee, right? And when you get such mercy of a pure devotee, you can directly get Bhava Bhakti also without going through all the stages. That's possible. When there's a very powerful Vaishnava, by his mercy, you can come to that stage. So that is why I'm just opening up. There, Srila Prabhupada said, either by the mercy of the Supreme Lord or by the mercy of spiritual master. How exactly this mercy is coming, I'm just explaining to you. You may not, right? It's nice. It is actually good to know the details also, because this will make our Shraddha, our firm faith. If it is not important, why did the Acharyas take the trouble to give all these details? That's all we, if they have given it, it's not because they didn't have anything else to do, so they were just giving all these details and actually we don't need all this. Is that the case? No. It's like when there's a small baby, initially the baby can only take soft food. You cannot give hard foods. You cannot give chickpeas and all that. They cannot digest. They'll get a stomach pain. So when the babies are small, you just give them milk and soft food like that. But that does not mean throughout their life you'll only give them soft food. When they grow up, when the digestive system is a little strong, now you give more food because the body has to be built. It has to become strong and grow up. Similarly, when someone is a brand new person coming to Krishna consciousness, then you may not give all these details. You will give just, basic, you just do this much and you engage them in some service. But that does not mean, you should forbid that, no, you don't have to read Acharya's books, you don't have to know all these details, you simply learn this much. No, Srila Prabhupada didn't say that. If you read Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, first chapter, first verse, purport, there Srila Prabhupada says, a serious student will do well to study the commentaries of all the acharyas, the Shat Sandarbhas given by the Goswamis. If you are a serious student means what? First, you study Srila Prabhupada's books thoroughly, understand them, and then if you are serious to understand further, right? Then you read. If you are serious, you must read. If you are serious. So he did not say you should not read previous acharyas. He cannot say that. He will not say that, right? Because he is giving us what they have given. But according to time, circumstance, according to the audience, that much is given at that time. Imagine it was a brand new field when he came. What was the background of the people that he was preaching to? They didn't even know who Krishna was. But what is the purpose of all this? You should remember this also. That's why you should understand things with maturity, not with sentiment. Understand with maturity. Why Srila Prabhupada? What is the purpose of, even now when I'm studying or when we are discussing all these details of bhakti? What is the purpose of all this? To make our faith strong. Our foundation should become so firm that even if there is tornadoes and hurricanes, the building will not shake. It will have such a strong
The
foundation.
foundation.
So our bhakti, that is, it will begin when you have a firm faith in bhakti. Otherwise, oh, some person had a fall down. Now my bhakti is shaking. If this person is falling down, then what is the point, right? I don't believe people will leave. It happened in the past, and because we didn't understand the science of bhakti properly through shastra.
So that is
right?
the reason they say don't jump to 10th canto. Instead, other than reading 1, 2, 3, 4 cantos, Bhagavatam, don't jump to 10th canto because we don't understand what Krishna and what gopis or what. Because slowly, if we are going through these other cantos,
Systematically, one by one.
systematically, then what is Krishna? First, we need to understand what is Krishna. Then what
Actually,
is his pastimes? Why he did all that? By the time we come to 10th canto, we will be little
even before that, the reason why we have to study especially the second and third cantos is the second and third cantos are talking about Srishti Leela, the pastimes of the Lord's creation. What is this Srishti Leela? This Srishti Leela is the Lord's play with Maya.
Mm.
Because this whole material creation is Maya's play. How the Lord is playing with Prakriti, material energy. Now, we are conditioned souls who are sleeping in the lap of Maya.
Yeah.
So we have to be waken up from that slumber. We are sleeping in the lap of Maya nicely, and she's also making us sleep nicely. She's singing a lullaby and she's saying, you sleep. You don't turn to Krishna. You don't wake up to Krishna consciousness. You sleep. And we are sleeping. So for somebody, just like the example is given, that if a child is fast asleep and the mother wants to feed the child some food, if the child is sleeping, I have this experience, you may have had it also. Sometimes the child plays so much, gets tired and falls asleep, and you want to feed the child food. In the sleep, even if you put the food in the mouth, he won't even chew.
It will be in the mouth only.
Yeah, because he's fast asleep. Then what you have to do? All the food that you're putting in the mouth, no use. It's not going into the body, no
No.
nourishment. First, you have to wake him up.
Yeah.
Wake up, put some water, something, wake up. Then when he wakes up, now you put the food in the mouth, he will chew and it will get, nourishment will come to the body. Similarly, we are all fast asleep in the lap of Maya. And now if we hear Krishna Leela, Krishna's pastimes, Rasa Leela, nothing is happening. Why? Because we are sleeping. First, wake them up from that sleep when they are awake, and then you tell them, it's like feeding them. Now that will go. So this is Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur's explanation why we should read the Srishti Leelas first before you read the Lord's sweet pastimes, right? Of course, Srila Prabhupada, by his mercy, has given us Krishna book, but when he gives Krishna book, that is why he doesn't simply tell the pastime. When you read Krishna book, there is philosophy in between. Sukadeva Goswami also gives, but Srila Prabhupada gives his purport also in between.
That's true.
To prepare us. Otherwise, if you simply watch some play about Krishna's pastimes, then you can get sidetracked. So
true.
it's important to wake up first. That's why we have to read. So anyway, here the point was that to understand bhakti, why I'm explaining all these details of bhakti, it is important to understand, to build our foundation properly, so that if the foundation is strong, even if certainly there will be, don't think there won't be, there will be these, tests that will come, and still you will continue towards your goal. You will not become shaken. That does not mean, oh, I still believe in Krishna. When I say I'm not shaken, I mean I will still be endeavoring at every moment to be Krishna conscious. That is the standard of pure devotional service. At every moment, in every fraction of the second, I must be endeavoring to remember Krishna, to chant Krishna's names, to serve Krishna. This is the standard of pure devotional service, 24/7. I want to get there. So in spite of reversals, opposition, whatever, failures, still I will not lose hope, and I will continue to strive at every moment to be Krishna conscious. How this can happen? When you get that firm faith. How you can get that firm faith? Another meaning for firm faith, or the definition of firm faith, is Shastrartha Vishwasa. You get a conviction in the conclusion of Shastra. This is Shraddha. Shraddha means you're convinced. You believe firmly in the conclusion of Shastra. And you have to say that I believe firmly, what does it mean? It will be translated into action. Simply saying I believe firmly with my mouth is not sufficient. My words should match my behavior, my actions.
Yeah.
That's when it means that I got conviction. If my actions are different from my speech, from my words, I didn't get faith yet. I didn't get faith yet. I may talk big things, but if I'm not acting on that, that means I haven't gotten faith yet. I need to build my faith. So that is why the science of bhakti is very scrutinizingly very much in detail explained by the Acharyas, Srila Jiva Goswami, Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. I have not, Srila Sanatan Goswami, Rupa Goswami. I have not read or heard everything. Whatever little that I heard, I just try to share with you. Whatever helps you in your bhakti, like that. Aditi Lata Mataji, you had raised your hand.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna. You went into mute.
1 second, let me see. Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances of glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharaj. So,
Please accept my obeisances, Mataji. Yeah,
Mataji, Prabhupada, when he has given purport, he has given the Acharya's commentary also. So that's what, when we were doing Bhakti Vaibhav and Bhakti Shastri, that's what was told to us, that you don't need to read any Acharya's comment separately, because Prabhupada has already chewed on everything and given the nectar, whatever is required for us. And I mean, of course there are people who study like you, but not everyone is scholar. So for understanding that, for getting rasa in that also, normal people may not get that feeling. They might think it to be too philosophical, instead of understanding, as Prabhupada has given very sweetly. Even their commentary also, there he has given, Vishwanath Chakravarti said this and this, so whatever points. So why do we still need? Because uh, we don't need to know too much to love Krishna. I mean, of course, the faith which you are saying, we have to understand Krishna, but by understanding Prabhupada's comments and the whole thing, the purport, where he gives always, even in Bhagavad Gita, he only mentions about bhakti yoga in everything. Even karma yoga also he explains what is the ultimate bhakti yoga. So why do we need to again study separately? Vishwanath Chakravarti said this, or Baladev Devushan said this, like that. I mean, the technical part I'm saying. I mean, doesn't it become very dry?
Well,
I mean,
there
not
are
for a
some.
scholar like this, not for a scholar like you. You have to think from my dumb part. I'm not a scholar. That's why I'm saying.
I think I already explained whatever you're asking, the answer to that, at least half of that, I already said in the beginning. It will just be a repetition. I
Oh, okay.
said the reason you have to do this is why Srila Prabhupada gave that much, because of the level of the audience. They were not, like that's all they could take. But that does not mean you cannot take more than that. It does not mean that. And hasn't Srila Prabhupada given us everything? Yes, he has given us everything. But are you capable of taking everything that is there in Srila Prabhupada's purport? That is the question. If I told you, you read the last 6 chapters of Bhagavad Gita and please explain to me, read only Srila Prabhupada's purports and you tell me, I will ask you and you can tell me how much you have understood. You want to take the challenge?
No, I understand. I understand what you're saying. If I read it on my own, I won't understand. I mean, I read it before, but I did not relish as much as when I did Bhakti Shastri, because they were giving the whole explanation, the
From
whole.
where? From where they were giving explanation?
From Acharyas, from Prabhupada's, all together only. That's where they said that Prabhupada gave that. Of course, what you are saying is I cannot pick it up. Prabhupada gave it, but I cannot
That's
specifically,
the
it was
point.
not registering in my mind.
That's the
That's
point.
true.
That's the point. It's not that it is not there. It is there, but we are not able to get it. But if you do it, that's why you will understand the value of studying this when you actually study. After you hear the Acharya's commentary, then you go back and read Srila Prabhupada's purport. And when you see those points there, now Srila Prabhupada's purport becomes very clear to you. Oh, this point is coming here, this point, this is where Srila Prabhupada is saying this. And if you don't read the commentary, and if you have not studied Srila Prabhupada's purports thoroughly meaning again and again and again with full dedication every day, I'm not saying it is not possible. It is possible. Like our gurus, back in the day, all they had was only Srila Prabhupada's books. But how were they engaged in devotional service? 24 hours. They would go, book distribution, cleaning, deity worship, constant field. They were engaged in devotional service. And whatever time they got in between, they were constantly reading Srila Prabhupada's books. That they were waiting for the next book to come out, and they would just read it because that's all they had. And they would just read it with such shraddha, with such faith, with such taste. Again and again, they would be reading. Then they can actually, by that dedication, by that devotional service, they are able to grasp what Srila Prabhupada, what is the message that, we are supposed to grasp from his purpose. They are able to grasp it. What is happening now is not being engaged in devotional service with that quality. And we read a little bit and we just simply read the lines from an academic perspective, right? And then if I have to give a class on that, only that I will not try to understand what is the message that Krishna is saying there. I'm not able to grasp. Srila Prabhupada is able to grasp. But what he is saying, I'm not able to grasp. And I will concoct my own stories. I will give examples which are not related to what Krishna is trying to say, what the Acharya is trying to say. And then I will just speak some story. And the people who are hearing, they will also get so many different stories. And the purpose of all this is to build your faith in Krishna. You will see, am I actually getting that faith in Krishna? Am I becoming serious in my Krishna consciousness by hearing? That you'll have to check yourself. But if you have the commentary of the Acharya, what happens is, one more difference I'll tell you. Srila Prabhupada's purport, see, what is happening nowadays, people don't have patience. You just see normal, outside also. Back in the day, we used to have movies 2.5 hours long, 3 hours long, and people had the patience to sit and watch the whole movie. Nowadays, people don't have that much patience. They want shots. And I heard now it's even shorter, reels or something. I've never seen that. But they don't have anything you want to say within 2 minutes. Lectures also, people don't have patience to sit and hear whole lecture. Within that, some shots they just put out. With that, you want to get the message. What does this tell us? Our attention span is very, very short. We cannot stay attentive for a long period. So therefore, what Srila Prabhupada did is, each purport, each shloka, he will just give the gist of the entire philosophy in that one shloka. It does not matter which shloka. Take, for example, Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita is actually divided into Nishkama Karma Yoga, Bhakti Yoga, and Jnana Yoga. First 6 chapters are Nishkama Karma Yoga, middle 6 chapters are Bhakti Yoga, last 6 chapters are Jnana Yoga. How do you know that Bhagavad Gita is dealing with this? Because you hear in Bhakti Shastri classes what the teachers told you, that's why. Otherwise, if you simply read the purport, will you be able to read that? No. Every shloka you read, you will only read Krishna consciousness, devotional service to Krishna. You read first chapter, you read 15th chapter, you read 18th chapter, it is devotional service. So, am I finding fault with Srila Prabhupada's purports? No. Srila Prabhupada is giving us the essence. But are you able to grasp the essence is the question. If you are able to grasp the question, you will drop everything and you will just fully surrender to that. I should only do Krishna consciousness. Why I am not able to do that yet? Because I am not able to grasp that message. So, what we are doing, studying the Acharya's commentaries, is like a guide. It is an additional help to study Srila Prabhupada's purpose properly and to do what he's expecting us to do, to become better devotees, to chant Krishna's name. It is not meant to divert our attention away from Srila Prabhupada. This is meant to only make us stronger in our devotional service to Srila Prabhupada. So, what Srila Prabhupada does is, in every shloka he will give. Why? Because people don't have the patience to read whole Bhagavad Gita from page to page, from cover to cover, beginning to end, and then try to, this is called dharana. Dharana means you hold all that
Grasp.
and you grasp it and you hold it inside your heart, right? And then you try to contemplate on that. Okay, this is said, and this is said, and this is said. People don't have that much patience now, as you said, right? You say common people, but that's the standard. So
Kali
therefore,
Yuga, we
for
don't
the
have any patience.
so that's why little bit is said. But if somebody can actually explain to you why this verse is coming after that verse, what is the purpose, and it is not concoction. I'm not making it up. This is all. If you read Acharya's commentaries, you know how they will be. They'll all be connected. One verse is connected to the next. You'll see the connect. Even
Yeah,
one
yeah.
chapter is connected to the next chapter. Why this verse is coming in the beginning of this chapter? What was there in the previous chapter? Why Krishna is speaking this now? Because of that, what happened? This
Connection
is the
will be there.
connection. So because of all this connection, you'll get proper understanding. And when you get proper understanding, you will also appreciate Srila Prabhupada. It's
That's
not that
true.
you will not appreciate. So what is happening here is when we study Acharya's commentaries, and when I explain to you, it's only making your experience, your understanding rich. It is not going to diminish in any way. It's only making it rich. Now, everyone is expected to do his or her homework. I'm doing even like spoon feeding, literally. I'm reading the purports and everything line by line, explaining the purports. And on top of that, I'm going to the commentaries and explaining that also. Normally, what the teachers do is, like, if they're doing commentaries, they will tell you, you go and read your purports at home, because now I have given you the thread, right? I have given you the sequence. Now you know, with this in mind, now when you read the purports, you'll understand it properly. That's the way they do. But I'm just going like verse by verse, purport, shloka, and commentary, wherever, especially for the 10th canto. I'm doing like that. So the purpose is only one, to make that foundation firm so that we will come to pure devotional service.
That reminds me exams, Mataji.
Yeah.
We read everything and teacher teaches everything. But when exam comes, the questions come. So you need to know that where from the question is coming. And if we don't understand, we cannot answer that.
Right. It's one thing to just memorize by heart and just go and, that's one thing.
We
But
cannot
to
answer the
actually
question.
understand, and then when you understand a subject, the question can come from any angle.
Any
but because
angle.
you understand the subject, you'll be able to answer it. So yes, that is there.
It is also said for copying. For copying also, you have to know where that question is.
Yeah,
Isn't
yeah.
it?
If you copy also, you will be cast, because if you copy wrongly, then they will know, the teacher will know that you copied from somewhere.
No,
Yeah.
But
no,
if you,
that is there. But for copying also, you have to know where it is from. For that also, you have to study to do
that's
copying.
true. So that means you need to know first
Yes.
to answer the question.
Yeah. I don't know. Maybe someone's there.
Uh,
Okay. So let us, well, it's almost time. I don't know if we read something today. We didn't read, I think. Little bit I'll read and
we
then I'll.
didn't read anything. 6:44 already.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just read a
Mataji.
little. Yeah. Okay. Yes. So these devotees that Mahaprabhu would embrace and, invest his bhakti potency into, they would go and they would be in ecstasy themselves, singing, chanting, dancing. They would go back to their village, and whoever they would meet, they would tell them to also chant. And in this way, their whole village would turn into Vaishnavas. Yeah.
Vaishnavism.
Yeah. So Srila Prabhupada is saying, in order, and unless one is empowered here, so this person is now empowered by Mahaprabhu. That's why he's able to turn others into Vaishnavas. So such an empowered person, he would do like this, right? He would tell them and he would turn the whole village into devotees. So now Srila Prabhupada is saying, in order to become an empowered preacher, you must be favored by Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu or his devotee, the spiritual master. One must also request everyone to chant. And then when you're empowered, it's not like you got mercy, you keep it to yourself. No. After you receive the mercy, now you have to also go and request everyone. You have to, it's like...
like Arcanabhakti Mataji.
No, like basketball,
They're
you
giving
know.
us.
No, like basketball or I guess even American football, right? You have it, you don't just hold it and you have to pass it on to the next person. Like that. So when you get mercy, you have to, it's an order here, literally, isn't it? One must also request everyone to chant the Maha Mantra. Whatever you have received, you share it with others, right? Whatever you have realized, whatever you have
This way,
heard,
such a
whatever you have
person
learned,
can.
you share it, because that's the best way. Actually, when you share it, you learn even better. Personal experience.
That's
When you share it with others, it becomes stronger, right? Whatever, it becomes reinforced in you, whatever you have learned, right? And also whether you have learned properly or not is also tested when you speak, because
yeah,
if you have not understood properly, you will not be able to speak.
yeah.
Then when you're not able to speak, you have to go back and you have to refer to the books, come back and speak again. And in this way, your knowledge that you have acquired, it remains fresh. Actually, even when we were reading in Srimad Bhagavatam, there also we read in the 10th canto about, remember, Priyanka Mataji? Kamsa, he's saying like Devaki is going to burn, right? Now Devaki is like a covered fire, it is said. Why covered fire? Because she's holding Krishna in her womb. Huh?
Yeah.
And Kamsa is, she's now terrified of Kamsa. She's in fear of Kamsa, but she has this fire. Who's that? Krishna in her womb. So, like when inside a pot, if you have fire, or in a room when there is fire, outside the house, nobody is able to see. Like that, she's holding baby, and outside world, they were not able to see what's going on, except for those who were immediately next to her. They were able to see that Devaki is so effulgent. She's carrying the Supreme Lord. They could tell. But outside people, they were not able to see. But very soon, everyone will come to know how. When this fire will just grow bigger, it will burn the house down. Similarly, Krishna, who is in the womb, he will come and he will destroy Kamsa. Then the whole world will know Devaki's son is the Supreme Personality of Godhead. But right now, her position was like a covered fire, or Krishna was like a covered fire. Or there, this example is given, that knowledge which is not distributed to others, it is just hidden, like this fire which is now suppressed by Kamsa. How? He's suppressing Devaki, right? He had her shackled and he put her in the prison. So he's like subduing her, but she's carrying this fire. Soon this fire will grow big and it will destroy even Kamsa. Similarly, that knowledge which somebody has, if he just keeps it to himself and he does not share it with the world, it is like that fire which is inside, but very soon that fire will destroy that person only. Knowledge which is not shared with others will be the cause of your destruction. Don't keep it within yourself, share it with others. So in Bhagavatam, that example is given. Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says. So like that. So knowledge must be shared. Krishna consciousness must be shared. Whatever you receive, you have to give it. You have to give it. Prasadam also you receive, Mahaprasad from Guru Maharaj, you get remnants. Don't take it all yourself. You share it with others. Thank you so much.
What's the point in keeping,
Yeah.
Need to share.
That also, Mataji, people, maybe I also do, but I'm saying people are so miser, even in sharing Mahaprasad of Guru Maharaj. They share with their only bodily relatives, all their known people. Last time I saw when Guru Maharaj was there in Baltimore, one person he got Mahaprasad from Guru Maharaj, and he immediately came and was hiding it and giving it to all his people. I was looking, oh my God, he's not even coming to me to give me. What can we do?
Yeah, with the devotees, actually, there's another principle there. With devotees, the principle is mercy. They're completely free to give mercy. You cannot find fault with them. These principles you can apply to ourselves, right? What I should do and what I should not do. We cannot apply it to others. because there's also this principle that a Vaishnava is independent. You cannot find fault with the Vaishnava to whom he's giving mercy, to whom he's not giving mercy, because he can give mercy to whomever he feels and nobody can question that.
Oh,
But for ourselves, when you get something, you share it. That's the message. So we should remember that for ourselves. So that is also there. And Priyanka Mataji actually brought a very good point here, that about that example only. There it is said, the knowledge that you get if you don't share it with others, how that knowledge destroys you by giving you pride. When you get knowledge, you become proud.
pride.
And then you think, if I share it with others, they will also come to know. So you'll keep it yours within yourself.
I know. Ego.
That, yes, that pride destroys you. So that knowledge giving rise to pride is the cause of your destruction. Therefore, you must share it.
That's a very good example.
Thank you.
Yeah, we feel proud of that. And I know that that lady doesn't know that I know everything.
So I will end here. Thank you all so much.
Thank
dear
you very much,
devotees.
Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Yesterday I came and sat. Me
I'm
and
sorry.
Sonia also was there.
Oh, you should have sent a message.
I also
Yes.
joined for some time.
You also joined for some time. But
Sorry.
you left. But Sonia and myself, we were waiting. Then Sonia said, did you get any message? And I didn't get any message. After a little while, I think she got message, or she said, let's go, Mataji. 6:20 or 6:15, we were waiting.
Yeah,
Then
I was
she
thinking,
said, Mataji, no, we won't have any class. And she said,
Yeah,
let's go.
I didn't do class. Yesterday morning, I sent a message because it was Prabhupada's disappearance day. And in the evening also, I was busy. So I thought, I sent in the message in the morning. I don't know, my fault.
Sonia
Sorry.
and myself, and then Priyanka. We three of us. Priyanka was not that long. She came late and she left. But Sonia and myself, we were sitting. And then I said, so show your face, show your house, like that. I was thinking everything.
My apologies. I'm sorry.
No. We had today. It's okay.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you very much, Mataji.
Thank you, dear devotees.
Vancha
Srila Prabhupada
kalpatarubhyascha
ki-
kripasindhabhya
Hare Krishna,
evata
Mataji. Hare
patitanam
Krishna.
pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo namo namaha.
Jai. Srila